Soul Seek networks were still around. Shut down. Show you where this came from. Because I was surprised I was able to flip it as good as I did. What a douchey thing to say.
In the corner of the bar there stands a jukebox with the best of country music, old and new. You can hear your 5 selections for a quarter, and somebody
record was actually
else's songs when yours are through.
Shape in the box of 45s I had, I was surprised.
I got good Kentucky whiskey on the counter.
So I flipped that into this. The other side is really good. I haven't worked on it yet, but check this out. So here it is on 45, but it sounds really good on 33. Check this out on 33 and everything. Oh, there's distortion coming out. Oh shit. My bad. What kind of, like, what did it sound like? Maybe it was... What about now? Oh, is there just distortion of everything? Check. Well, that's I'm gonna work on that. This Olivia Newton-John record. I'm gonna get my scratches up. You know. I think it might have been I had some phasing. It might have created a feedback loop with maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what it was. If I play, is there that distortion on this sound? Or does it have distortion when the beat? Oh shit. I might need to reboot my interface real quick. Let me see. Is it good now? Okay. What tape? This is the Audio Technica LP 120. I just got it the other day. All right, good. It's a major upgrade from what I had before, so I'm really on board with it. It's got a lot of dope features. It's nice to have a real ass turntable. Yeah, I was proud of that little flip. What else have I been working on? Anything? Not much. Not much. What was this? Not that good. It might just be the way the record is listening, because I'm not hearing that at all, whatever distortion it is. It might just be the way it's coming in to the system. So who knows? Oh, I see. I was clipping it. Shit. Well, I'm just curious. I gotta fix it for next time. Like, is that distorting? No way. What'd you get, Renzo? I don't know where y'all heard distortion from. Oh yeah, Gert, you sent me that shit. Oh, I started late. I better just get to the critiques, actually. I was gonna work on some stuff. We got good numbers. Let's kick it off with DBC, and actually whoever said they were 31, this clipping track is not clipping. It's just from their release. I'm not gonna even entertain that shit. So whoever's 31 is now 30. All right, and that sample is And in the Morning by Olivia Newton-John. I need to put it back in its damn sleeve, wherever the sleeve is. All right. Chord instruments. I mean, 60 is still cheap in the scheme of things. Instead of Googling A-chord instruments master key, I literally just Googled $60. It looks solid, Renzo. Looks like you made a good choice. All right. So first up, we got DBC. DBC on the beat. Let me turn off this turntable. And Constro shutting down Captain and his minor confusion. I was just saying whoever had been number 30, I was deleting one that I knew was bullshit. So now they're 30. I'm still probably doing about 30 tonight, approximately. Oh shit. But first up, DBC. Let's hear it. Cocaine Hammer. I heard Banana Peel sucks. Okay. think this is one of my favorites to use in a while. The chords are sort of atypical. And I like how open the drums are. Although I don't like that arpeggiator. That chord was better. This one, it's not really working. That's a cool, like, vocal sound. It's just past corny and into actually working. Is Twitch pausing a lot? I can kick someone off my Plex server. No one's on my Plex server. I mean, clean as always, DBC. I think the chords you picked make it more interesting than it would be otherwise. Oh shit, I left the rice out over there. So the chords help a lot. I'm gonna let this play out real quick. I'm gonna grab a drink and put some shit away I left out. Yeah, like how Hoodro was saying he's like tired of trap. I generally feel the same way. But I was more into this than I expected to be. Mostly because of the atypical chords and melodies and stuff. So mix clean as always. I'm into the chords. That was DBC. I know he's got a drum kit for sale. What is that? You better hook me up with that. "32 keys. Why are you talking? Why you keep saying Silento? Are you listening? Are you watching the music video for Whip Nene over and over again? What are you saying that for? Right now we got Amsterdam, who's been banned from SoundCloud. You can find him on BearShare. You can find him on Friendster. Okay, okay, Dom. I'm actually really into this. Talking voodoo. Now this is Fireman's 4, baby. My favorite beer in Austin at the moment. A very drinkable blonde ale. Perfect for year round. Yeah, chillin', just whenever you're about to be up, put your new link in the queue. Hey Renzo, I'm actually really into Studio One, and I actually will be doing some tutorials in Studio One at some point. Dom, I think this could be. I think in the chat people are saying it's too fast. I think it works at this range. I think it could work slower too. I think there's a whole 15, 20 BPM range you could sort of mess around with and see what works the best. Like quasi Nujabe's quasi Hyundai commercial, but like in a good way. This is my favorite thing you've done, Dom. Props. All the samples, the drums. I like the mutes. Oh, it just fades out. Damn, Don, that was very nice. People are saying you should send it to Macklemore. I think there are a lot of artists could really work with that. Like, that's almost like it's poppy, yeah, but it's not like poppy in a shitty way. It's poppy in a good way, and like if that was a beat that was on Lasers, it'd be one of the better songs on Lasers. It sounds like something Atlantic would have picked for Lupe to do on Lasers, but it would have been like a good track. So shout out to that. That was actually a really good way to do like light and poppy in a really good way. Everything really worked, I thought. Maybe it could have been a little bit more low end. Some more things happening in the low end, but very slick on the whole. All right, that was Amsterdam, aka Dom the Bomb, aka Dom Perignon. He's the king of your local yik yak, I'm sure of it. Next up is Jay Gotts with his track, which is Royce da 5'9", DJ Premier type beat. Interesting, okay.
People talk about me. Oh, I know they talk about me both night and day. But I say, Lord, please.
This will come down to the flip. See how you flip it. Oh no. I hate when Twitter does this bullshit. The drums need some swing. It had some potential when it started. I thought it might get flipped like
People talk about me.
and then it just didn't. It just came in super. What is that? How do you even get the waveform to look like this? Y'all see this? It's straight up. Okay, the mix could use some work here, but this part's... Oh, never mind. Fucking universal copy paste. The drum sounds on this part and this main part up here too were really not good. This part was a little breakdown. I was almost into it. And then when it came back in, it was just too rigid and the drums didn't sound good. Yeah, so I don't know if you really executed on damn, the chat has been going. I don't know if that really got to like a DJ Premier style. The drums were lacking there. For it to be DJ Premier style, you definitely would want the drums to feel like a DJ Premier track, and they just didn't. I mean, even if you just turn on swing, it would have been more DJ Premier than it is now. The sample had some potential, especially that second set of chops. Could have been a good interlude, and it was a good interlude. I like that a lot more than everything else. So, like, straight up jack the drums from a DJ Premier song and try and emulate them, and then go from there, because that was definitely the weak area. And then the chops weren't really Primo's style. He leaves a lot more empty space. Yeah. I think making that comparison didn't help. Oh shit, I didn't hit start on that. But yeah, I would say work on the drums, and then try and the drums will help a lot. And if you actually want it to be like a Primo beat, you have to get the chops more Primo style. But that was Jared McElliott. All right, next up we got Bum Sweat. Shout out Bum Sweat. Direct upload. Let's hear it. Okay. This main synth is really boring. This one that might be coming in could be a little more interesting. Using like the bell sound. Sounds like a bag of tools. Is that like an Apple loop or something? Because I was sort of into that sound, but it sounds like it could have been like a Logic loop straight up. And if that's the case, basing around that, I don't know about. I'm sort of into the sound of that. When it really all came together, I was into it. But the drums, people are saying the drums are buried. They definitely are. The snare's like, do whatever you're doing with the pan and the snare, I wouldn't do. Oh, sorry. There's an email I didn't write earlier. I would maybe sidechain that pad to the kick or to something, some percussive element to get some more interesting rhythms happening in it. And go from there and really try and bring the drums out more because right now they're buried. And it's taken away a lot of your impact. When everything came in for like the 30 seconds it did, I was sort of into it, but I'd say work on the mix and then try and whatever those elements you bring in on top of the xylophone thing, because that's sort of setting a high bar. It's not like the best riff in the world, but it's at least interesting sonically, and so it's when you start with that, you have to at least exceed that with everything you add. So when you start with these, you could start with maybe the sort of boring synth and then bring in other stuff, but then you just sort of have to manage the flow of the listener's expectations. But not bad at all. Not at all. All right, next up we got Savian, aka Steve. Is he even here in the chat? He hadn't been in the chat in a while. All right. Let's see what he's got for us. Out taking what's mine. Ooh. The drums are a little lo-fi sounding. I don't like that atonal synth. The drum sounds are very weak. I sort of like that sound. NASCAR 04 menu screen type beat, yep. PS1 demo disc menu music. So that was sort of that's sort of been like when it started. I felt like it could have I felt like it could have gone somewhere. In other words, when it started, I thought the potential was there. I thought it would start sort of weird and then get more focused melodically maybe, and then it got sort of weirder. So that I wasn't into. And the drums were sort of buried. One, they weren't the best quality. Samples, so they weren't really cutting through or anything. But I will say that this was more cohesive than stuff you've submitted in the past. So if you were trying to be more focused and more cohesive, then props for that. It was still slightly lackluster, overall, but it seemed like you were sort of executing what you wanted to execute. So, all right. All right, next up. Oh, we got Constro Buzz, the resident shit talker extraordinaire. His track 10th Wonder. Wonder if it's his 9th Wonder imitation. Didn't you tell me that you were trying to do a 9th Wonder beat for this? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying. Oh shit, I didn't refresh. You got a boost? My bad, I'll get you on the next one. What were you trying to do with this, Constro? You told me you had like a goal when you made this. Honestly, the chops are pretty dope. Things are a little too messy. I don't know where you went, Constro. But I like all the chops. Calling this 10th Wonder, you were definitely going for 9th Wonder something. Even if it was as a joke. You were talking shit about 9th Wonder before. It's still dope. So... whenever you show back up, tell me. You told me something about your track last week when you submitted it, and then I don't know where you went, because I want to know what you said something to me about your beat. I don't remember what it was, but I will withhold my judgment until you come back. Oh, there you go. That's what it was. I like the flip, and the drums. I don't know if being messy really helped, but the flip was dope. I think the drums being tight would have helped more. And then maybe a little faster. But, I like the flip, so it's hard to beat. And sorry about Jesus Item. It did work. I just forget. I didn't know I had any boosted tracks, so I had to refresh for it to pop up. But you're good now. What up, Kingdom? It's been a minute. All right. Next up, that was Constro. Pretty solid. I tightened the drums up. Maybe faster. Maybe a little low end. Some bass lines and shit. All right, next up, I do not know how to say this name. He's Jesus Item in the Twitch chat. His display name is Erkson Lings McGee. I don't know. Alright, Frank, get the fuck out of here. Kicked out the chat. Go away. Is that Sade? Oh shit, I closed it. Alright. Run it back. Oh, Iron Lungs McGee, that makes sense. 32 keys. I really like Complete Ultimate, especially if you don't have any of the instruments. If you have some of the native instruments shit already, there's some overlap, but... Yeah, whatever you're saying, you can really hear the Weeknd on this. For a second, I thought it might have been a Weeknd. The melody, I feel like he gets a lot of his melodies from Sade type shit. I think Sade flips can be played out. But, I like the like triplet feel in the bass, the 3/4 shit. I think it might be better if you played into that. It's sort of cool to have the competing straightness of the 4 bass stuff and then the 3 triplet bass stuff. So holla back, whoa, whoa. The drums are a little weak. If they started like this for an intro and then came in strong, that'd be nice. But there needs to be more of a journey through the track. And you can maybe layer some sub bass with that bass line. And add some more to the sample instead of just being the drums and the sample. I think there's some potential there. I think this is a good starting point, and you could really flesh it out and get something dope. So I wouldn't say necessarily there's anything wrong at this stage, except maybe the snare pattern could use some tweaking to sort of play off things from the sample more. And then I would say you could add some more low end, throw in some harder drums. Throw in, I don't know, harder drums, more layers and shit. So, yeah, that's yeah, that's all I have to say about that. All right, that was dope though. Next up, we got Austin. DSOSTN. His track Station. Let's hear it. Oh, can't find it. It's been deleted or something. Well, all right. We don't got him. Next up, Kyle Meredith. Started with some excellent potential. The sounds that came out, the bass is very stock sounding, like Yamaha keyboard slap bass sounding. So, something weird and out of key happening in the background. Like Gert, if your track started that way, it would have come in super hard. But I don't like where it went. Like all the filters and shit are dope, but it just doesn't come in as hard as it could. But I like how like atmospheric it is. That's out of key. I like the atmosphere. If it like really came in, not like crazy huge, but just if it got a little hype, then that would be dope, I think. So try and fix whatever's happening. That other sample, that that came in, it's like out of key. And what else would I say? Just try and find some drums that are like nice and tight, but they still hit. So if you could get it to like come in and like sort of slap a little, that could be dope. How long am I here for? Usually till about 10 or 10:30. However long it takes me to knock out 30 tracks. So we'll see. Next up we got Wolf Stealth. These chords are the Barbie Girl chords. Future 808 Mafia type beat. I would do a Future impression, but what's the point? These chords are pretty goofy. I made a beat with these same chords for this group off Craigslist right before college. It's the worst song ever. Never got released. The beat is so bad. Back when I used... Actually, no, I made that in Ableton. But it's really, really bad. I mean, like, it's got a nice feel to it. But there's nothing very captivating. Yeah, you can, Austin, definitely. Put the new track right in the... or you can't put it in the YouTube chat. But if you put, like, whatever comes after SoundCloud.com, the slashes and shit, then yeah, I'll be able to find it. I mean, like, it was mixed clean enough. You had the sort of sound effects people want to hear. But pretty cliche. Everyone in the chat, cliche type beat. So fucking generic. That bass heavy though. At least the drums are on point. Kind of cheesy. So I mean, people, and that is something to take as a good thing sometimes, where it's like, if it sounds like other things that people have heard, then at least you executed that. To be in that sort of generic avenue is a good place to be, because it means you're not making something that sounds like total shit. Technically proficient and boring. Well, that's sort of a debate, is like, does creative and really rough and really primitive beat out like solid foundational skills and boring? I think in production, skills are really a necessary part of it. So to be at this point is a good place to be. So that's what I say about that. How old am I? Like I said last week, 23 with a money tree. See these eyebrows? These are my Drake eyebrows. That's how you know I mean it. Austin, let me see. Okay, there it is. Alright, so your track is private. No problem. You're here now. Oh, shit. Hey, Max, I started the critique on yours if you're watching this after the fact, but I'm not going to play it just yet, so you just get to watch some other shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Alright, there we go. Alright. Pete Rockish? Yeah, okay. The sample's definitely Pete Rockish. I wouldn't say the drums are. Oh, you got some bass. 32 keys. Why do you keep saying so lento? What does it mean? In spite of having zero swing and claiming to be Pete Rockish, the drums aren't terrible. I think even if it just turned on swing, it would make it a lot better. Thanks, Trap Lord Savage. Do you really mean it? Captain. Funny shit. Yeah, the drums definitely need to be either at the very least swung, probably a sampled break. I wouldn't say it has zero swing, but it definitely doesn't have enough. If the swing meter knob is engaged, that would be at it could possibly be in the 6 to 10% range, depending on the program, depending on the algorithm. How can you tell it has zero swing? So when something's swung, let me just play some hi-hat notes so you can really see. For people who aren't familiar with what swing is, most people are, but there are some people asking. And I talk about it a lot, so let me show you real quick. Alright, so these are perfectly straight, fully on the grid. Right? And so, if we put in these as well, just for the... Oh shit, I put those on the wrong... So we turn that on. If we start to turn on the swing, I won't worry about the other notes. I'm turning up swing. Right now I'm at 20%, 28%. It starts to push those notes together. That's all swing is, really. So it goes from being perfectly uniform on that smallest note, the 16th note, to be sorting like a gallop. That's all swing is. Swing is just a description of how the notes fall across like the tempo grid. So the tempo is exactly the same. Like you have, this is the tempo. That stays exactly the same. It's just how they're shaped around those main pulses, those main beats. If that makes any sense. That's all swing is. And so in that case, they were all very close to, if not right on, the that grid. They were all perfectly evenly spaced. And typically Pete Rock drums, or most drums that would go with that sort of sample, aren't that way. So that's all it is. Aqueous, it sounds like you're a perfect candidate for the tutorials on my website. I got the best beginner series in town, baby. Check it out. Why are none of my waveforms loading? Is it ad blocker that's doing it? Let's see. Nope. Alright. Alright, this is Max Vorhees now. Renzo, tell him how it is. Tell him how much you like it. Show him the way. Oh shit, sorry, Dirt. I wasn't reading the chat. So when I hear future trap, I think like a combination of future beats and trap. So you have the offbeat, all that sort of lo-fi off-kilter shit mixed with trap. And then not quite what I expected here. There's a coupon, Aqueous, on my latest video on YouTube. Alright. The groove in that was really like Bloodsport, Demolition Man, goofy 80s movie soundtrack. So the vibe on that I wasn't huge on. Man, not having a waveform sucks for being able to look for. I don't know what the deal is with all these tracks. Not having waveforms. Joel, what are you talking about? What did I do? What did I do to upset you, Joel? Yeah, just the vibe is it's just sort of like this pulsing sort of vibe. It doesn't have like a backbeat. The snare isn't really carrying anything or providing any extra context to the rhythms. It's just sort of pulsing, like some weird, like what you would hear if they couldn't license like the Dust Brothers or the Chemical Brothers track from The Club in the Matrix when they run it on TNT, so they had to replace it. This is what they would play. It's just got a vibe that's like it has a pulse, but it doesn't have like a groove. So, if that makes sense. What? All this Salento shit in the chat. Why? Why? Why is this happening? What did I do? Tell me why. Next up is Love Butter. Love Butter, let's see what you got. We past Cloud 9. None of my fucking waveforms are loading. I don't know about that. Hey, I like these chords. Wherever those came from. Too many haze, but I do like the chords. The reverb on the clap is kind of obnoxious. So I would tone, we need about 80% fewer haze. This does sound like Matt says complex background music type beat, like a video on Complex. The haze, I can't do the haze. Too many haze. The haze overdid it for me. I mean, it was the synth melody, the like was sort of cool, and then some of it like was a good melody, and some of it was just notes. So I would tweak that synth melody. The haze I would tone down like a lot, and the drums I would tone back the reverb a little bit. The drums, I mean, they had a good like feel to them. They had energy enough, but they were sort of boring after a while, but they had a decent groove anyway. So yeah, that's what I say about that. It was mixed pretty solidly, so I wouldn't worry about the mix too much or anything. All right. Hey, who was it who was 31 at the start? Who was happy that they got bumped up? Just so I know. I hear Sunny Toga. Oh shit, that was Love Butter playing the whole time. My bad. I had the wrong name. Snare's too quiet. I remember this, the first draft of this. You weren't 31, Brad. You're 25 now. Oh wait, that might be you actually. Anyone know why my waveforms would stop loading on SoundCloud? The chops are sort of nice. The snare is super quiet. The drum sounds are a little too stock sounding, but they're not horrible. Was it you, young Brad? Okay, maybe you were. I went on 10? Oh, because I deleted some. Shit, I got so many to do. Alright, so that snare's too quiet. I think the drum sounds could get a slight upgrade. And the chops, parts of the chops work, parts of them don't. I think having unnecessary like repeated chops. There's some things you can do with your chops that make it sound very amateurish just off the start, and that sort of where you hit the ooh twice sort of does that. And what else? You could probably add more. It just seemed a little empty. I know you had some other layers going on, but I feel like there could have been more. Although, no, the synths you did add, I mean, it kept it nice and open, so I think the mix could use some work, and then I don't know. All right, King Chillin, where'd you? Oh, there it is. Next up, we got King Chillin. Here's his track, By My Side. Rework. Damn, I hate not having the waveforms. Drive me fucking crazy. Let's hear how you flip it. That sound is super played out. It's a little quiet right now. The kick's too loud. Sample could be brought up. You could probably bring out some of the highs in that sample. Get a little airy sounding. I would get rid of that second kick where it hits with the snare. I really don't like to have the kick and the snare hit at the same time. I don't like that hey over and over again. Yeah, the sample's like really hard to hear. You can bring the sample up. The bass is really loud. So you gotta work on the mix on that. Even out the drums, sort of get your kick and your snare at the same level. You could maybe sidechain slightly the sample to the kick or the snare, and then bring out some of those higher spectrum frequencies so we can hear a little more detail. Because it's sort of hard to hear at the same time. I do like that you did a chant and you recorded it yourself. Although having any chant every beat is a bit much, but I'm glad that it's one you made at least. Oh shit, so what? Max Vorhees, your name won't fucking go away. Who the hell was this? Alright. This is King Chillin. He recorded his own Hey chant. Shout out to that. And I think you could probably flip the sample more as it stands right now. You called it rework, so it sounds like you're sort of aware that there's more sample than other stuff at the moment. Not volume-wise, but just compositionally-wise. So maybe try and shy away from that and fill it out in some other ways. It was smooth, though, so shout out to that. All right. Next up is Maxwell. Hey, weren't you sending me a different one, Max? Too? I'll go to the next one real quick because I think you had an alternate link for me. I might be wrong. Yeah, Noted Princess. I am in the next round of Beat Fighter. I ended up winning thanks to the vote. And the next round is on the 27th. I will be competing. This is KTelles. Oh, okay, thanks, Max. So these synths are real boring. You're going for a good atmosphere, but all I hear is like PlayStation, the way they're mixed right now. I think you could turn these sounds into something more interesting. Really, I think the mix would help. But right now they're just they're just a little too plain right now. I think you could work with them. Sidechain maybe, some saturation. Just you could play with the sounds and really transform them. Right now, especially with how slow the chords are moving. You need some more happening. And the drums were decent. The mix wasn't great. They weren't really cutting through, and the samples weren't really there either. So, sorry, Daft Punk, whatever. You were Love Butter. My bad. So nothing was really hitting like it should. There was some in the low end that was cutting through, but the rest was a little too washed out and a little too overwhelmed slightly by the other synths and stuff. So I think you should add more melodically, because how sparse it is a bad thing instead of a good thing at this point. It's not really letting things happen. It's just making things boring. So I'll try and work on filling all that out, letting the drums cut through, and spicing up the that synth sound with some fun effects and shit like that. Yes, Joel, thanks for bringing Black Lord, YouTube commentator extraordinaire, to the channel. I still haven't got to see, every time someone links me, I forget to go look, where he's like the top comment on some random Complex video. So if someone sees one and knows one, link me again, because I keep forgetting to go to him.
There's nothing better than that to me.
Oh shit, wrong one. Alright. Alright, here's Maxwell Young. Let's see what he's got for us.
Damn, that's tight, Maxwell.
To the right, I hear them sirens blaring. 50 flying down the avenue like they're red baron. Chasing after cousin in the white X-Era. He crashed into a semi. That jackknife when he veered left. It appears the Grim Reaper at his doorstep. Then he looked me dead in my eyes and said, "You were there." Must have cut like a scalpel and forceps. The smell of brimstone in the air. It was a warning. Never speak at a sucker with a weak bladder. Like they ain't even real. I see past them weak bastards. It's real, yeah. It's like, bro, fuck up a piece blasted. Homies have to carry you out like he's had it. Like you having lunch with Michael Jackson up in the Psycho Mansion. When the final spin, I finna begin my final action. Then I find a woman willing to sing. For my back, the Mob Brothers, the Mob Brothers, the Mob Brothers, the way we feel my
Shout out Maxwell. Yeah. Got the Beat Critique live stream sample, always a plus. Next up is J Trouble. This is very quiet. This is called Backpacks. I'm not hearing much backpack shit right now. Alright, better come in right now. Shorten that intro. That was a damn minute. This is a Lapalex beat. The drums are awful clean. I know that Lapalex. I know one Lapalex track. Motherfucking bootleg. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, J Backpack. J Trouble. Alright, next up, Smoother from the Majors. Max, you should have used more samples of me in that beat.
Don't turn it up, I don't give a fuck. Everything different when you rollin' with a thug. And when you get into it, everybody show you love. Got me on it like, don't stop, get it. Don't stop, get it. Girl, don't stop, get it. I said, don't stop, get it.
wait a minute. About to get real, motherfucker. You don't even know. I'm a super. Yeah. Now super soaker. Get it right. No, but. Why did this have the hook on it? This fucking beat. This was trying so hard to get on the radio.
Do your thing, baby, I ain't here to judge. Don't turn it up, I don't give a fuck. Everything different when you rollin' with a thug. And when you get into it, everybody show you love. Got me on it like, don't stop, get it. Don't stop, get it. Girl, don't stop, get it. I said, don't stop, get it.
Okay, I don't know why. I don't know why you submitted a beat with a hook on it. So I mean, it wasn't a like full DJ Mustard rip, but it was like a mostly DJ Mustard rip. I mean, like, what is there to critique? It was just. It was just, you know, like, I mean, if it came on the radio, I would turn it off. So, I don't know. I mean, it was just very uninspired. Like, it was put together clean enough. It wasn't like the most sonically interesting thing in the world. The hook was whatever. It had some mustard elements. I wasn't saying a full mustard rip. It was like the Manny Fresh mustard combo. Oh, Jesus. Next up is Grandmaster Flaccid. Oh yeah, he despite his joke names. Well, this track growing hard in the taint. Oh God. What does he have for us? Another one. Another one. Bow, 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 bow. Where's this going? What the fuck is happening? What? This is literally incomprehensible. I can't even process what's happening. What the hell is going on? There's some time warp gravity distortion around that beat. I don't know what the fuck's happening. That's all I have to say. It was mixed pretty clean. I just don't have a damn clue what was happening. It was like incomprehensible. Oh. Studio. 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 There's like quasi-industrial going on here. Is it the same dude commenting on all these things? Does he just go through the queue? What the fuck? What's with the 80s movie soundtracks today? Tell me why. Tell me why. It's like an 80s teen movie when it's like, yeah, you know, I make music. You want to come hear some? And it's like, yeah, and they push like one button on their keyboard, and it cuts to this like perfectly mixed thing. There's like a whole light show in someone's basement, and he's got like a robot over here playing the drums. What was that? That was weird as shit. This was Jeep House. What the fuck? What's happening? What is this? How did we get here? Alright, next up is 32 Keys. An ad. 32 Keys, this is for you. Check it out. I clicked it. Oh, I paused it. My bad. I clicked it. You're welcome for the quarter. Okay. Yeah, my mom's first vaporwave cassette's coming out soon. Wally on the beat. Ballin' like Wally. Ballin' like Wally. I would turn that sample up. It's a little quiet. I always like, your drums always have a good grit to them. 32 Keys. But they are always a little too rigid as well. I feel like they could have some more. It's a run of 20 cassettes, and first 10 have been sold, pre-ordered rather. Yo, Malcho, what bars did you hear of mine? Because if they were on this stream, they were probably whack. I freestyle a lot of really whack shit on these streams. I wish the sample was louder. But I like how the minimalist. I feel like the drums could do with being more lively. Because as it stands right now, they are a little lacking a little bit. Not necessarily swing or anything, but I think the programming could be more selective to where you feel less of every note on the grid, if that makes sense. So I always like the way your drums sound generally. They always have a good grit to them, so at least they have some character. And I would turn the sample up. Yeah, the mix was a little... Compared to the kick, the snare was lacking. Maybe that's what it was, just the kick was too loud. So. Alright, that was 32 Keys on YouTube. YouTube, Twitch, he's everywhere. You can find him if you want him. He's usually got some dope shit. Alright, next up we got Quai. Let's see what he's got for us. Now direct, this is the same list. Simple dimple baby, simple dimple baby. The drums are a little too harsh for the vintage sound. They could be a little more mellowed out EQ wise. Samples I hear too loud. There's a lot of shit happening in this one. I like the ooh baby in there. You got too many. Too many chords happening, too many chops. Stick with a couple. The little vocal hits are sort of nice. Yeah, there's too much happening. It doesn't really stay as well. That first section sort of does, but after that it goes through a lot of heavy changes very quickly. So I think you could sort of simplify those. And then the drums really could use some work. The rhythms of what you sampled are nice, but the way that it sounds, it's a little too harsh. Like I said, it's not as warm and as inviting as it could be. A little too. It's just digital sounding instead of like warm and dusty and analog. So that's what I got to say about that. All right. Next up is Mkada, Marco Voltillo. Yeah, who in the stream goes through the whole queue and critiques people? Because Mural Salt is on every video. Damn. This is intense. What is he saying? White meat and baked nuggets? The vocal grunts are goofy. What is that main sample even saying? I'm not even sure. I'm hearing white meat baked nuggets. A little goofy. I mean, so it was like mixed super clean. And everything was executed well. But what was being executed was a little goofy. And you know, it was it was clean. Let me see if it makes sense. I mean, like, it was hype enough. The drums could have been a little too quiet, but it definitely just sounds like a lot of stuff. It's not very original. One beat bite mommy, white beef gaming brain, white meat make money. Who knows what it's saying? So yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, I think you do what you're trying to do, but it's not something I would really want to like listen to. It's something you might like play at a beat battle that people sort of freak out about, and then it like wins a couple rounds, and then people go back and listen and they're like, damn, how'd this one win? It was just like one beat tight lemon. Yeah, it just wasn't very original. ASAP Rocky type beat from Cold Blood Beats right now. Let's hear it.
Buy this beat at coldbloodbeats.com.
One Bush did 9/11. Yeah, that's what it was saying. Bush did 9/11. Bush did 9/11.
Cold Blood Beats. Buy this beat at coldbloodbeats.com.
Thanks, Cognitive Neurosis. Glad you're digging it.
Cold Blood Beats.
I don't know about the piano sample. It's sort of, it's like, because there's that like sort of atonal thing that happens in a lot of
Buy this beat at
A$AP Rocky
coldbloodbeats.com.
not necessarily atonal, but just the way it stays in that one key, and this doesn't quite make it work that way.
Cold Blood Beats.
The drums are a little, they're not really as clean as I would expect for a beat like this. They sound like more like Ninth Wonder type drums than they do like A$AP Rocky type drums. So they're not really cutting through like I would expect.
Buy this beat at coldbloodbeats.com.
So I would maybe swap out some of the drum sounds, get some cleaner, tighter drums, and then add more happening melodically. The bass, just sort of match the sounds better, because the bass sound didn't really fit atmospherically. It was just sort of like a dry electric bass, and it could have been some like chorusy synth bass or something, and the drum sounds were the same way. So Hood dropping Borat jokes. 2015. Hood, I thought you were in Florida. Oh wait, yeah, I thought you were in Florida, Hood. Yeah, I don't know. I think if you match the sounds better, it might come together more for what you were expecting. Because the sample's a good backdrop, but the melody on the bass wasn't really, it didn't really fit that great with me, and there wasn't much else happening, so it was just sort of falling flat. That was Cold Blood Beats. His beats are for sale, obviously. Next up is the Pupil. If you really want bonus points, Hood, You gotta watch Beat Breakdown on Space Mountain. I'll make you a permanent moderator. Free membership for life. This is very quiet. This swing is way too much. This is a place, a rare thing for me to say tonight anyway. The swing is really way too much. Overdo it. I really don't like, the drums are real bad. I can't even hear the sample. Yeah, the drums really killed it for me. That super fast swing was just like off-putting, especially with a sample that was so like laid back. To come in with those drums that are like super hyperactive, I would not recommend staying in that lane, in that area. It's just a weird place to go for that sample. I would scrap the drums if you're going to keep that sample. The sample could work if you went more moody with it. So that's the biggest problem area at the moment is the drums and the ridiculous swing and all that. So that's what I say about that. All right. Next up is... Oh, that was the Pupil. Sorry. And next up is Sasco. Will Sasco from AdTV. Oh, shit. I opened Premiere by accident. His track Tunnel. Okay. Is it gonna come in fuller? It sounds a little empty at the moment. It sounds like an intro, so let's see if it goes in to somewhere else. Bringing back the How Do They Feel? That's a throwback. I like the sample, but the drums are pretty weak. The kick's coming through, but the snare's really not. So I think the drums could be beefed up a lot. They could really have some shit that, like, some real snappy drum breaks and shit. So beef up the drums, and that could be nice and smooth. But the drums are super muddied out and buried. If you got a nice clean drum break on there, that'd be very smooth. All right, that was Sasco. Next up, we got Lupe Diamond. The one, the only.
This is a Lupe Diamond production.
I want to talk to Sam. You know what I want?
like a crook move.
I wanna tell.
Move like a crook move.
So the mix is real muddy,
Diamonds.
but the beat itself was real dope. Like all the content was there. It just needs to be shaped to be a little clearer, have a little more snap to it. But all the elements were there. I liked all the little Dave Chappelle, all the other samples, the Jay-Z sample. But it's very mud heavy. Like there's some low mids that are really just overpowering everything and make it hard to really get any definition out of it. Nut Bust is here. But it had a real nice groove. Like it had a good.
You know what I want?
You know what I want? That's good. Good Chappelle.
Move like a crook move.
So yeah, the mix just needs a lot of work, but I mean, it doesn't have to be like super clean, but it's not clean enough, right? So yeah, I hope that makes sense. All right, that was Lupe Diamonds. All right, next up we got Leon. Sierra. Leon. Uh-oh, Michael Jackson sample beat is the title. Got my shirt right here. Nutbust fan fiction. The reverse part actually worked. It's a little too empty, especially with the drums just sort of being very standard. Bustin' ain't gonna pay the rent. So that's, I mean, Just Blaze is in town tonight? Where the fuck at? Might have to go to this. Oh shit, yeah. Free? Oh, it's free. Oh, it's probably gonna be a damn nightmare. The reverse part actually worked. A lot of reverse stuff doesn't really work that well. I think the mix, you could have done some more interesting things with the mix. Some sidechain, maybe some more effects and stuff, because it was just pretty plain as it is. Like you had some bass that fit with the sample, which is good. You had the drums where you could hear everything. They were mixed clean enough, and it was in time with the sample. But at the same time, it was a little plain. So I was just trying to find ways to spice it up. Keep talking about spice tonight. Tony Sacheries, baby. Zatarains. All right. Next up, Zante, Mr. Ellsworth. Hey, you actually got some drum samples this time. Although it was cool when you were working your... Whoa. That synth. The like busted speaker sound in synth. It's a little too harsh. I mean, I know you're just last week. I know this dude last week had all live instruments. So I mean, I know you're just getting started in the synth realm. There's some weird notes in there. So the synth patches are definitely too much. The distortion's kind of a nasty distortion one, and then the plain synths are just a little too plain. But you do understand drum programming at least. You were playing drums before, so that makes sense. I would try just go through your synth patches, see what's less harsh. I think. In your tags, you see West Coast, so you were trying to go for the G-Funk sort of whistle thing. That's fine. And what else? Oh, yeah, no way I'm going to a Free Just Play show in 2 hours. Been a long day. Really, the drum sounds weren't terrible. They weren't the best ever. With less stocky sounding synths, you could make them work. You might have to work at it a little bit to get them to work. So, I would say one. I like that you were trying to do a lot of stuff with the melodies, but they were a bit too busy almost. So maybe tone it down just a little bit, and then your distortions were a little too harsh. And then the low end wasn't exactly there, but making progress, especially since that was your first one with like samples, sample drums and synths and shit. So, all right, next up we got K-Go. Is that Kingdom Hearts? Yeah, that is Kingdom Hearts. Very rigid chops. So you were sort of chopping it to mask what you were sampling, but then at the same time, it just makes it dilutes any melody that would have been there. Little Ride was cool. Yeah, I would chop it less. Well, really, I would just go with it because you could sample any piano sample in the world. There's no need to go for something so recognizable, as fun as it might be. So What are y'all saying in the damn chat? Like, I appreciate that you were trying to do the Kingdom Hearts sample. But sampling it that way, those faster chops where you're trying to mask what it is you're sampling, I'm not super into. So the drums are a little rigid as well. I was just pausing for a minute. Let's see what else. You got a lot of different chops going on. So all these chops, some of those chops were better than others, but it's kind of like when you're getting down to one note samples, it's almost like, couldn't you just play it? And then I know it's cool. I mean, when you have a specific sound you're going for to chop up. I'm talking about sweatshops and Izod and Fubu. I'm a South Pole kid, not a FUBU. I'm South Pole head to foot. South Pole of Mark Echo, baby. And also Big Dogs. So sampling Dearly Beloved is just something I wouldn't do. So that's kind of turned me off from the start. But then the drums were a little just sort of robotic. They weren't really adding much to anything. They were just sort of filling space. So I would try and make your drums have more of like a purpose, sort of like really groove and lock into your tempo. It might have just been a little too fast as well. And then build up your drums from like just really lock in and come up with someone there. So. All right. That was K-Go. Won the last three, baby. Last three, baby. Guess Jeans. Also Jinko. All right, right now, Lone Star's up. Clouds of Joy. Let's hear it. Juicy Sweatpants. Let's hear it. Earn it, K-Go. You can do it. I believe. You'll knock me out my seat one day. I like the bass. Was a joke, huh? Oh, what I thought it was a joke, huh? This ain't a movie, dog. Way I'm shooting it, it's like a movie, dog. Got the visionary shit, Stanley Kubrick, dog. We out here and we pop it in the booty, dog. Tell me what you looking for, I know I got it. Tell me what you wanting for, you know I'm about it. Tell me what it is you trying to live for. About to get it raw with the kinfolk. Come back. Bring the beat back, where the drums at, you know I need that. Man, I'm floundering, freestyle week for a whole week. I like the groove. It's a little lacking on, what is that? Constro sounds thin, needs some mids. Yeah. You could definitely flesh out a lot of the frequency spectrum. got a good groove to it. It's got a great bass line. So if you throw some keys in there, sort of mid-range keys, you could fill that out. Just some sort of soft, not necessarily anything super out in front, but just some stuff to fill out that stuff. So I like the groove a lot on that, and the bass was sick. So that was super dope. Shout out to Lone Star. Oh, you're here, Lone Star, aren't you? Lone Star. Very dope. I'm into it. All right. Oh, Jesus. We got the best beats of all time again. Fucking SoundCloud. The white noise. I sort of like the bass melody. Sort of. Melody I'm not huge on, and all the sounds in the background are like Wrath of Cortex headquarters, PlayStation 2. Caitlyn Jenner type beat. I don't even know what that means. I feel like I bombed you last week. This isn't bomb worthy. Whoa, intense panning. Kinda samey. Luigi's Mansion type beat. Not bad. There's some goofy things in the background. There's some good things in the background. The main synth melody, I'm not a huge fan of. The bass was cool. I would sort of tighten up. There was that little kick roll where there was sort of like kicks without 808s and 808s without kicks. Sort of match those up better. Kingdom Fire Guy says the hi-hat is ugly. Captain says the hi-hat sounds like it was added in after the beat rendered. It sort of does. It's sort of out there. Did you like throw some stereo imaging on that? I would take that off. That's a bit much to have on a hi-hat like that. All right. Last one for the night. That was, yeah, I didn't bomb you this week, best beats, so shout out to that. That had some things that are working for sure. All right. Last up for the night is Young Brad.
This is a certified hood classic.
Uh-oh, we got the 90s slow jams. Guitar sample. Oh. Who always does guitar shit like this? Is it Beans and Cornbread I'm thinking of? Alright, so I need some more variety. I will get rid of the hay. It's a little sort of like dated sounding. Makes me want to buy a credit card, whatever that means. But like it's smooth enough. Shit. Working with that kind of guitar is sort of hard to make modern. So how you put it together was pretty solid. It'll be hard to overcome that sort of sound. You'll have to get real creative with your sound selections of everything else, how you mix the guitar, that sort of thing. If you're trying to make it sound like a 2015 beat, because right now it sort of sounds a little 2006, 2007-y. It could there could be some more elements. I would take out the haze. I think you could make it work and make it more modern. But as it stands right now, there's not a ton going on. Good work with the sample and getting the drums and stuff, but it is a little sort of goofy sounding as it is. But I think you could work on it, so. All right. That's actually more than 30 for the night. Where are we at? That was 33, and I had to delete a couple. So. Sorry, Bobby Wood. You're first for next time, though. How are there still... Oh, no. That's a wrap for tonight. What am I... what do I have to say? I don't know. I'll be streaming, I think this Sunday. I should be back in regular schedule. It worked out. There wasn't a ton of submissions this week, so I was just able to... I didn't have to scramble to finish last week's. I know it took a while. But I was busy. So I'll catch y'all on Sunday. New Start from Scratch this Friday. I might do like a rhythm roulette tomorrow, maybe, if I go to the record store. Would y'all rather see that live in one piece on like YouTube and Twitch, or just the edited version? I don't know. But thanks for watching. Shout out to everybody who submitted. Shout out to all the people who haunt the chat on the regular. Shout out to Hoodrow watching this stream on vacation. Also shout out to Hood for putting together Beat Fighter. He is the sole reason that happened. Next one of those is going to be on the 27th. And yeah, Aqueous, I'll be looking forward to it. Renzo, I hope I get to hear a beat from you soon. Everyone on Twitch is saying live. Everyone on YouTube is saying edited. Oh, there's a little bit of both. Maybe I'll do both. Am I racist? No. No, I'm not. I don't know what even prompted that. All right. Sheba Vega wants a shout out. No. Yeah, that's a wrap. So I'll catch y'all on Sunday. Maybe I'll be streaming tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe I'll do both live and edited. So I'll give you a shout out, Trayvon. You were hitting me with the hard hitting questions, and you asked so nicely for the music. But yeah, that's it. I'll catch y'all later.